Oh hey! Welcome to another edition of Hand-Laid Tracks and 3D Printed Trains with Socrates. Today we're taking a look at the Centerbeam Flatcar. I made a Centerbeam Flatcar, has magnetic loads, each one's on the side with a little magnet on it. They attach to the sides, comes together in 5 pieces, just slips together with friction, holds together pretty well, uses micro-train couplers for couplers and trucks. End scale works pretty good. So far anyway. So since I have a tiny little layout, I made them originally in 40 foot, which is what all my cars were, but then I thought, okay, I can make them bigger. So there's 40s, 50 foot, 60 foot, and 73 foot. This I think is a 50 foot, and again the sides have little magnetic loads. They slip right on, hold on pretty good. Depends on the magnet size. There are 4 1mm by 6mm round magnets, and if you buy them uncarefully, that they will be, the magnets can be between 3/4 of a millimeter and a full millimeter, and the .75s, they're really not strong enough, especially for the side loads. I have the bulk flat car has the magnetic loads as well, and they work pretty well even with the smaller magnets. But for the vertical ones, it really does take the full millimeter magnet. So when you're buying them, make sure that they're at least the thick millimeter magnets. The car comes in 5 pieces, the base, 2 sides, and the top. Depending on the size, it seems a little easier to get the bases onto the sides onto the base first, than the bases onto the top. But one way or the other, it's a little fiddly and messy with a bit. You know, it's got to be tighter than loose because they're not supposed to come apart. You only got to put them together once. They're not really designed to be taken apart again and again. So they definitely slip in with a little bit of work. Depends exactly on your printer as well. I use a little deburring tool to go around the edges sometime if it doesn't really want to fit. That seems to help it go ahead and fit much better. But the sides key into the ends, and both the ends of the sides key in both the top and the bottom. So with a little pushing, a little grinding, a little pushing around, the whole thing should snap together. And the bottoms go on with the micro-train couplers, fit in with the pins. There's 2 kinds of pins with the couplers, big and small. Sometimes the big one fits, sometimes the small one, but so far always one of the 2 sizes is a fit. It also depends on the quality of your print, because if you print with too much of a squeezed bottom, you end up with that elephant foot, which will increase the size of the bottom layer. But it's a nice little car. I really like the way it came out. All the way up to 73 foot, various kinds of loads included. Everything's held on with the magnets, load-wise is. They run a little better with the loads. I think it gives them a little more weight. But it's a pretty little car, quite happy with it. Get it on Cults, print yourself some up today. Thanks for watching. Check them out. See you soon. Hand-Laid Tracks doesn't have a theme song, doesn't have a theme song, doesn't have a theme song. Hand-Laid Tracks, it still doesn't have a theme song.